Hi, welcome to Double Strike Recap. Today I'm gonna review a 2022 American action thriller film, Memory. Spoilers ahead. The movie begins in Mexico. Alex Lewis drives into a hospital parking lot. He is wearing blue hospital scrubs. After seemingly putting his car key in the visor, he puts on an ID lanyard and sighs. As he enters the hospital, a fast car enters and two men get out. One of the men, with a bouquet of flowers, has arrived to visit his mother, who is more or less catatonic. Alex is in the room, putting away supplies. As the man asks to have the room, with Alex agreeing, Alex wraps a steel garrote rope around the man's neck, violently cutting it as blood spurts out. The man's mother can only watch in horror as her son dies in front of her. The man dead, Alex takes the garrote and places it inside a plastic bag. Going back to his car, Alex texts a coded message to his handlers, telling them that contract has been fulfilled. Alex then dismantles the phone completely, putting it in the bag with the garrote. He reaches up to the visor to get his key only to not find it there. A confused, concerned look crosses his face. He pats his pockets only to find the key in one of the pockets of his scrubs. "Oh shit," Alex says, nearly a whisper. He knows why that happened, and it is not good. We moves to El Paso, Texas. Vincent Serra is in a man's apartment while his daughter, Beatriz, draws. The man is prostituting his own daughter. Vincent, nervous, keeps trying to ask her more questions, trying to avoid any sexual activity. Beatriz becomes more suspicious and realizes he is wearing a wire. Vincent is an undercover FBI agent and his cover has just been blown. As his team, including Linda Amist and Hugo Marquez, break the door down, Vincent struggles with the man over a gun. As the FBI agents swarm the room, the man puts a gun to Beatriz's head. Vincent tries to defuse the situation, but the man says he won't go back, and is willing to kill his own child. Beatriz bites her father, giving Vincent the window to disarm him. However, they continue to struggle and go through a second-floor window, and Beatriz's father is killed in the process, leaving Beatriz angry and traumatized. As Vincent is being checked over by Ems, his boss, Gerald Nussbaum, arrives and chews out Vincent. As Beatriz's father was a key component of a months-long trafficking case, him being dead now basically brings everything to a screeching halt. Mexico City. Alex meets with his middleman Mauricio, who gives him the information for his next assignment in El Paso. Knowing he is sick, Alex tries to tell Mauricio that he plans to retire. Mauricio tells him that the bosses will not accept something like that. Alex notes the amount of money is too much, but Mauricio says the job is for 2 kills. Mauricio mentions that Alex has a brother that lives in El Paso. Alex, knowing he is being somewhat threatened, keeps his cool, and asks if he is being spied on. Mauricio says information is power, and to put the idea of quitting out of his mind. "Guys like us don't retire," Mauricio intones. Alex drives to El Paso and stops at a corner, looking at a long-abandoned bakery. Checking into a hotel under the name David Marshall, Alex goes to his room and takes some pills. He then checks his arm where has written key details, such as his fake name, hotel, and other information down. Alex goes down to the bar. There a beautiful woman named Maya briefly flirts with him. A man, William Borden, makes eye contact with Alex. He is the middleman for the job. Alex excuses himself and goes over to meet with Borden. Borden gives him a briefcase, which Alex briefly inspects. Borden demands a quick timetable for the 2 hits to occur, but Alex defers, saying the less the man knows the better. Alex goes back to his room and looks at the intelligence gathered for the first target, Ellis Van Camp. Vincent goes to a detention center to talk to Beatriz. She is still angry with him for the death of her father. Vincent tells her he will get her into a group home, where she will have a semblance of freedom, and she is ultimately free to not testify. Ellis is working in his office when his wife Wendy comes in, saying she guesses she will be going to the party alone. Ellis says he is working, but Wendy believes he is off to see his mistress, telling him to wash up before he comes home, leaving in a huff. A few minutes later, the door rings, and Alex bursts through, holding a gun to Ellis' head. Alex tells him Ellis knows why he is there and wants the flash drives. They go to the safe and Ellis opens it just as his daughter calls out saying she is going to a party. To keep him silent, and so he does not have to hurt a child. Alex puts Ellis in a chokehold. As the girl leaves, Alex breaks Ellis' neck and places him on the sofa. He grabs the flash drives and leaves. Alex follows Vincent as he drives Beatrice to her group home. He has pictures, but they are not the best ones. Vincent settles Beatrice in and tells the leader of the group home that Beatrice is both a victim and witness. Vincent says goodbye, saying he will do his best to keep tabs on her. Beatrice gives him a picture she had drawn earlier and tells him to keep it. That night, Alex breaks into the group home and finds Beatrice's room. As he shines the light in her face, she turns over. He then sees her drawings as she wakes up and he realizes the truth: she is a child. Beatrice is scared, promising she won't say anything, and begs for her life. Alex is horrified, and quickly leaves. Alex contacts Borden to meet him at an isolated truck stop. When Borden has his guard down, Alex attacks him. Alex is furious that the target was a child, and tells Borden he won't do it. Borden says Alex is a professional and will do the job, or they will tell his bosses in Mexico. Alex tells Borden that if the contract for Beatrice isn't called off, not only will he keep the flash drives, but Borden will answer to him. At a high-rise building, businesswoman and philanthropist Devana Seelman gets out of her car as she negotiates a donation for a hospital wing. Borden calls her, and tells her that Alex knows about him, the flash drives, and Beatrice. He tells her that Alex wants Beatrice spared and he'll turn over the drives. Devana says she can understand Alex's point of view but she will ultimately handle it. She then tells Borden to never contact her again. At the hotel bar, Alex is having a drink when he sees Maya being accosted by a drunk attempting to procure her services as an escort. Alex slams the man's head into the bar, and tells him to leave. Charmed, Maya has a drink with him. Alex is in bed with Maya at the hotel when he begins convulsing, falling to the floor. Maya wakes up and comforts him, thinking he just had a bad dream. Alex knows better. He's getting worse. Meanwhile, Alex and Maya are getting dressed when he sees the news of Beatrice's murder. For a moment, Alex is not sure that he didn't do it himself and forcefully asks Maya if he was in the room all night with her. The next morning, Vincent drives up to the group home, which is now a crime scene. Someone has murdered Beatrice. Alex heads to his car, but knows he is a wanted man now and gets out his gun. He goes to his car, only to find a bomb underneath. Suddenly he is under fire. Mauricio has come to kill him. As Alex takes cover, Maya arrives, saying he forgot his pills. As he tries to push her to safety, Mauricio shoots Maya through the throat. She dies in Alex's arms and he is saddened and enraged that she died due to him. After exchanging gunfire, Alex gets the drop on him, knocking him out cold. Alex places Maya's body in the trunk of his car. In the driver's seat he has tied up Mauricio. Mauricio asks when he went soft, and that their bosses will kill him for this. Happy retirement Maury, Alex says mockingly, walking away. As Mauricio screams his name, Alex triggers the bomb, killing Mauricio. Borden is at a gym, working on a treadmill. A car pulls up, the lights blinding him. A figure walks up to his window in the rain, and pulls out a gun. It's Alex, keeping his promise of retribution. He shoots Borden in the head. Alex takes up residence in the basement of the abandoned bakery. In the basement, he checks the flash drives on a laptop. The first is a conversation between Ellis Van Camp and Devana. Ellis was threatening Devana with what he knew, with Devana discreetly threatening him back. On the second flash drive he finds pictures of Devana with her son Randy. He also finds pictures and video of Randy sexually abusing Beatrice. Realizing why he was really contracted for the job, Alex shuts the laptop in abhorrent disgust. The next morning, Randy barges into his mom's office. He knows about Borden's murder and knows he will be next for what he has done. Devana tells that he needs to leave El Paso immediately. In a day's time, after a party he is attending, he will take the company jet to Geneva, Switzerland. He will then check into rehab for his issues. Away from the authorities, Devana can clean up the mess with Alex, and then hire the best lawyers to make his crimes go away. However, he does need to get help. Randy breaks down crying and tells his mother he is sorry for putting her in this position. Back at the office, Vincent gets a call. It's Alex. He tells Vincent that powerful men had part in hurting Beatrice. Men like Van Camp and Borden who he killed. He denies killing Beatrice, telling Vincent Mauricio killed her. He tells Vincent that the people behind this are too powerful. He wants to believe that Vincent is a good man. Alex knows he is a bad man, but those responsible have to pay for what they did. If I can't finish this, you have to, Alex says. As Linda traces the call, Vincent realizes Alex is outside on a park bench. He rushes outside but is too late. Alex is gone. Hugo goes to see Will Borden's wife, who had previously noted a connection with the Van Camp family. Marianne tries to seduce him but Hugo wants information. When pressed, Marianne mentions Borden was talking on the phone about a man from Mexico with Devana Seelman. Marianne tells him to never come back. At the office, Hugo relays the new information to the team. Linda notes they are going after one of the wealthiest real estate developers in the nation. Linda searches Borden's name. While he wasn't a lawyer for Devana, he was a lawyer for her son Randy. Randy, it turns out, owned the detention center that Beatrice stayed in and Van Camp helped build it. Vincent surmises that Alex is going to kill Randy Seelman next. That night, on a private yacht, Randy parties. Linda, Hugo and Vincent are there to watch him. Randy goes downstairs and coerces a waitress to go with him to his room. Vincent gets out of his car and finds the broken remnants of a pill bottle. He realizes that Alex is already on the boat and runs on board to begin to search it. Randy tells the waitress to take her clothes off. Alex grabs a pillow, puts it over his head, and fires twice, killing Randy. Vincent and Linda find the body. Vincent goes back out. We all have to die, Vincent. What matters is what you do before you go, Alex says. As Alex tries to get into his car, Hugo arrives and points his gun. A standoff ensues, with Vincent trying to calm Hugo. After seemingly calming him, Alex drives off, only for Hugo to shoot at his car. Alex escapes but is wounded. When he arrives back to town, he steals a jeep and drives off. Maura is at Seelman's building protecting her with numerous officers. Suddenly, numerous police vehicles have their alarms triggered. That is just a distraction so he can slip in. Holding an officer hostage, he gets him into an elevator to the floor Devana is on. After a brief standoff, Alex exchanges fire with the officers, incapacitating them by shooting their body armor. He runs up to the roof and the officers follow, but it is just a trick, as Alex gets on a window cleaner and shoots through a glass window to where Maura and Devana are. He knocks Maura out with the rifle before dropping it for his pistol, confronting Devana. Alex grabs her and puts the gun under her chin and pulls the trigger but nothing happens. He tries several times, but nothing happens. Maura wakes up and knocks Alex out. Back at the bakery, Linda finds something on the ground, the firing pin for Alex's pistol. He had forgotten about it. Maura, having Alex in his custody, proceeds to beat him half to death for the death of the officer Alex accidentally killed. Alex says he will only speak to Vincent, but Maura will not budge. Back at the office, Vincent is told by Linda they got a package from the bakery address. It is one of the flash drives that have the videos of Randy raping Beatrice. He shows this to Nussbaum, who is incredulous. Vincent wants Alex in FBI custody but his boss doesn't want the hassle. Vincent tells his boss that it appears that powerful people don't want Alex to talk and implies what that truly means. Alex is transferred to the hospital. Devana is met by her doctor. She wants revenge and gives him a vial of drugs that will kill Alex. She wants him to poison him for $10 million. Dr. Myers sneaks into the hospital to kill Alex. However, Alex notices he doesn't use an alcohol swab and attacks him. El Paso SWAT is called into the hostage situation. Vincent and the team arrive, learning that Alex will only talk to him. Alex comes out with a sheet over his head with Dr. Myers. A sniper shoots who he thinks is Alex but kills Drive. Myers instead. Alex had made him switch clothes. Jumping into an SUV that Vincent was driving, he quickly interrogates him. Alex realizes that Devana sent the doctor to kill him and she might kill Vincent to bury the whole case. Vincent agrees that might happen. Alex begins to stumble, misspelling bury as B-E-R-Y. Alex says Vincent once said that justice wasn't guaranteed, which Vincent agrees he said that. Alex drops his gun, stepping outside of the SUV and the SWAT team gun him down. Vincent and Linda pack up the office, defeated. However, Vincent sees a picture of the bakery, which only has 4 letters left, BERY. Vincent realizes he remembered. Vincent and Linda go to the bakery and find the flash drive. Vincent plays it for Nussbaum and Villalobos. However, Villalobos says it is not enough, it is circumstantial at best. In addition, since Alex is now dead, they now have even less to go on. Most cynically, Villalobos notes even if Devana Seelman gave Alex a gun, money, and a person to kill, and she would still get away with it. Vincent loses his cool at this point, completely enraged that the institutions that are supposed to help the powerless bow down to money and power. He screams that they all know that Randy Seelman used the detention centers to prostitute children and his mother covered it up. Vincent ultimately calls his bosses cowards. For his outburst, Vincent is suspended, told to take a long leave of absence. That night, Linda comes to Vincent's apartment and tells him they are going out drinking to celebrate his suspension. They arrive at the bar. Around the same time, Devana Seelman is at her mansion, playing cards in her backyard and drinking a glass of wine. Suddenly, a man comes up behind her and violently cuts her throat. Within seconds, she bleeds out and dies. Back at the bar, Vincent tells Linda he has had enough to drink. Linda reaches for her wallet but claims she forgot about it. Vincent grabs his credit card and gives it to the bartender. As he waits for the check, he sees the news report about the death of Devana Seelman at her home. Linda starts speaking in Spanish the prayer of Saint Inez while Vincent looks at her in shock. "Did you just give me an alibi?" Vincent asks. "Amen," Linda replies with a knowing smirk. In the desert, a man burns his clothes and throws his knife in the fire. He takes off his mask and burns it too. The man who killed Devana was Hugo. Not willing to let another injustice happen, he conspired with Linda to give Vincent an alibi while he finished the job Alex started. As no longer part of the task force, he is above suspicion. Hugo drives off back to Mexico as the film ends. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to get more video like this, turn on the notification and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.